Um, well, I'm a sergeant major in the Marine Corps. I've been in now going almost 25 years, and now getting ready to transition out. I used to be when I first came in, I was a tank mechanic. I worked on the M1A1, and then got promoted to first sergeant, and then became a squadron sergeant major for a helicopter squadron.
Awesome. Okay. What part did you love most about your job while you were in the Marine Corps?
Oh, the part I loved the most about my job in the Marine Corps was just helping Marines. That's why I became a sergeant major. That's why I went that way. Uh, it was unexpected. I didn't think that would happen when I first joined the Marine Corps, being a tank mechanic. But that became a huge thing of what I enjoyed doing, what I loved doing, and maybe possibly pursuing that when I get out of it. I have been through TRS. I went through TRS back in February, and then I'm going through again in October.
And what were the top 3 things you learned that you wish you had learned sooner?
Well, the first one is the VA stuff, of course, because the whole process of it. A lot. I think a lot of my peers don't know what it actually entails for the retirement part of it. We know what Marines are going to get when they get out. What that part of it, which is not too much, but for the retired part of it, it's huge. The second thing I think would be the resume. The resume part of it, because me being a sergeant major going through TRS or going there, I thought, oh, I know everything. What do I need? Okay, whatever. This is just going to be a check in the block, and I just got a huge wake up call when it came to the resume part of it. That really, I came in right after high school, and I really hadn't done it. I filled out an application to work at like McDonald's or something, but the resume thing was just totally blew me away and gave me the wake-up call that I don't know everything. And then the third part was probably the small interviewing part of it they had, because being a sergeant major, I've been on the opposite side of, like, on the interview panel doing that, asking those questions, but to actually be sitting in that other chair and getting asked those questions, getting put in the hot spot, that was huge wake up call. That's a good question, because that's still a work in progress for me, but I'm leaning more towards the like I said in the beginning, the working and helping Marines in some kind of way. I think I think I have a lot to offer to Marines. And I'd like to continue that part of it, because I really enjoy taking my time and just taking Marines that need the help or whatnot, and guiding them, whether it is guiding them in the right direction or giving them the information myself. That's something I pretty much enjoy. So I have, I obviously I spent a lot of time with TRS, and constantly asking questions, probing questions. What do I need to do? Ask different people, what do I need to do to make myself more, or go down that road where I'm looking to go towards. But again, it's still pretty new to me, because I just am starting to realize which way I want to go, because I've had that mechanical background, and then this background, the sergeant major part of it is just, they're totally different things. So it's been a tough one for me. It still is a tough one, but the things I'm doing to prepare for it really are just talking to the people that I need to, that are doing the things that I want to do, because they've been down that road. So. Yes, I have. I've attended it was actually a pretty big one, just maybe a month, 2 months ago, maybe now. And that was huge. And then I've attended all the career fairs that the TRS puts on the Fridays. They do little mini career fairs, which is nice, which is good. Get you out there, get you used to talking to people other than Marines, and what works and what doesn't work, what they're looking for. But the big career fair I'd been to, that was huge because of the overwhelming, it was surprising to me, the overwhelming support that employers are out there because they want veterans. They want them. I mean, I literally was walking and they were like, hey, what are you doing? Hey, come on over here, talk to me, you know, and wanting to get my information. And because they see the value there, where a lot of us Marines, I know for myself, I don't know what kind of value I bring. I think I don't bring a whole lot of value, but it's huge because it's for the civilian employers, from what I'm hearing, because of all the traits that we have, that the Marine Corps gives to us. And I don't know that because we do it every day. It's just like, you know, oh, it's part of my job, you know, it's whatever. But it was huge. That big career fair was huge in opening my eyes up that, hey, maybe I do bring something to the table. Just getting me a little more confident in my abilities or what I have. What I think is normal for me is actually isn't very normal, I guess.
The career fair that you attended was the Marine Corps Pipeline in April? Or was it something else hosted here on base?
It was hosted here on base at Pacific Views. Was it in April? I don't think it wasn't that long ago.
The end of April was our last.
Ow. Sure. Okay. Wow, that was a long time ago. Wow. Feels like it was just yesterday, but you know. April? Wow, okay.
Yeah. That was the last one for transitioning. We had a spouse employment. Unless it was the DOD for Wounded Warriors. There was one, but it was targeted to Wounded Warriors, and it was Department of Defense comes and puts that one on. So that was June 5th. So it may have been that.
Might have been. From what I have, the experience that I've gotten talking with other, you know, with employers or whatnot, is the dependability, the ability to take on, you know, challenges and, you know, not shy away from the challenges, the leadership qualities. I mean, I know, I'm trying to remember, there was a certain gentleman that pulled me out, and he was all over that whole leadership quality thing. He's like, that's what we need. That's the kind of stuff we need in different companies, is people that are willing to take charge, you know, and lead the company wherever they want to go. You know, not, you know, they put them in there and they're able to go. And I think that's a huge thing from what everyone's telling me, to include my wife, that it's huge. So I think those capabilities, I mean, you know, everyone brings some kind of technical or something like that skill to a job, but it's the intangible parts of it that I'm finding out that are what they're looking for. It's not so much the tangible things. I think that can all be taught to somebody, but you have to have a person that's willing to be at work on time, you know, every day when they're supposed to be, and do the job that they're hired to do. And those are things that I know, for me, the Marine Corps has definitely instilled in me, because I'll tell you, I wasn't that person before I came in. So, you know, and now, you know, that's what they drive into you every day, all day. So I still, you know, obviously the resume part of it. I mean, and that's a document that's always changing. You're always doing something with it, from what I see. And it's funny because I had the resume. I was just a little while working on it again, because things pop in my head of what I've done and things that I think should go on the resume to make it more marketable out there. But it's hard for me. I know, sitting there doing it, I sort of get burnt out after a while, and then I'll get away from it, and then I'll say, oh man, and then so that thing I think I still need to prepare, work on more, and the really just seeing what I want to do, that comes back to that thing again. It really does come back to that, you know. So yeah. Go to TRS as soon as possible. That's probably the biggest thing. And luckily for me, I don't retire until February, and so I took the TRS, the pre-retirement, a year out, and that was perfect for me because it gave me a chance to start setting stuff up and not be in this huge rush all of a sudden. You know, with a lot of these Marines, they go out and they got 90 days or less, and it's just crazy because they're so far behind the power curve. I think that is a huge thing that Marines need to start doing is if they have any kind of idea whatsoever that they're going to get out, that is the first thing they need to do. That is the guideline or the foundation for everything else for them to transition, because it'll give them the eye-opening experience of, hey, these are the things I need to do. It's just not that quick of a checkout sheet and I'm done, because you're not coming back. You're not coming back. Everything is stopping. So I think that is one of the first things that they need to do, and then just take advantage of all the stuff that, you know, Marine and Family Programs, the personal professional development part has to offer. You know, resume classes, interviewing stuff, anything you can do. There's a wealth of knowledge out there that Marines have available to them. It's just a matter of them getting out there and doing it. And I think that is what, just take advantage of all opportunities. Well, I think a lot of it has to do with those individuals coming down and actually seeing what's going on in TRS. Because that, I know for me, when I had to command, it was tough for me to let Marines go. I was good because I knew that they had to go, so I was good with letting them go that one time. But I think they should be allowed to go more than that, and they can go more than that, but it's just up to the command. And I think a lot of the commands just don't know what goes on down here and the information that's going on through TRS until they actually go through it. Because I see a lot of my peers that come down here, whether they're retiring or just sitting through it just to see what's going on. They always hear this, hey, what's this TRS thing? I'm going to go see where all my Marines keep going. They have to go to. I have to let them go. Let me go see what's going on down there. And they see it and they're like, oh, wow, this is good stuff. More Marines need to get to this. More Marines need to get to it at, you know, the 12 to 14 months, vice the, you know, 90 days or whatnot. I think that's really the only way that they're going to see that, get that eye-opening experience, because it was for me. And I know it was for a lot of my peers, my friends that I know that have gone through it and have been like, wow, this is huge. This is huge.
Great. Okay. Any closing comments, lessons learned, oh, by the ways?
No, I mean, the one thing I had to say again is emphasize is that get to TRS as soon as possible. 12 to 14 months is the perfect time to do it, because then you're not in a sprint, because it should be for you the marathon. It should be just a slow, steady pace of you slowly transitioning out. It shouldn't be oh my goodness, now, you know, the walls are falling down and I need to hurry up and do all this stuff. That's my biggest takeaway that I can give to everybody is start the TRS 12 to 14 months out, and then everything else, you'll figure it out from there, because all the information they give you will give you the guidelines of where you need to go next. So.